Terminology Podcast. This episode's Chapter 3, Part 2, Word Parts Relating to the Skeletal System. What we're going to do this time around is I'm going to help you test yourself and see if you've got the word parts down for this chapter. So I'm going to give you a part of the skeletal system, and I want you to come back with the combining form that represents or refers to that part of the body. Okay? Here we go. Number 1. What is the combining form for bursa? That's burso. B-U-R-S/O. And do you remember what a bursa is? Well, bursa is like a little cushion that cushions areas of a joint during movement. Okay, what is the combining form that refers to the ribs? That's costo. C-O-S-T/O. And this should be an easy one for you. What's the combining form that refers to bone? I hope you all remembered osteo, O-S-T-E/O. There are other combining forms in the chapter that refer to bone. You're going to find that most of the time osteo is the one that's used. The other ones can show up in some terms, so you need to be mindful of them. You need to be able to recognize them. But if you're taking a test and you need to come up with a combining form for bone, osteo is the way to go. Okay, what is the combining form that refers to bone marrow? Well, that is myelo, M-Y-E-L/O. And myelo can also refer to what other part of the body? Well, I hope you remembered it also can refer to the spinal cord. Okay, now, what is the combining form for the spine or the vertebrae composing the spinal column? Well, that's spondylo, S-P-O-N-D-Y-L/O. Spondylo refers to the vertebral column of the spine. Okay, and what is the combining form for joint? Well, that's arthro, A-R-T-H-R/O. And we have one more new one for this chapter. What is the combining form that refers to cartilage? That's chondro, C-H-O-N-D-R/O. And do you remember what cartilage is? Well, in the context of the skeletal system, cartilage is something that protects the ends of bones and helps create a smooth surface on the bone for motion when we have a joint. And, I made a mistake there. We do have one more combining form here. What is the combining form that refers to a joint that moves? Okay, you had to think about that one. A joint that moves is a synovial joint. So the combining form is going to be synovio, SYNOVI/O. All right, those are word parts that relate to anatomy, and you'll notice they're all combining forms. Usually combining forms do refer to the body part in question. We've also got some new suffixes in the chapter, and suffixes usually refer to a pathology or procedure. Okay, the first suffix refers to a surgical fixation. Do you remember what the suffix is that means surgical fixation? Well, that is desis, hyphen DESIS, surgical fixation. Then we have a suffix that refers to the opposite process, the process of surgical loosening. What is the suffix that refers to surgical loosening? Well, that is elysis. Elysis hyphen LYSIS. The third suffix we have is a suffix that refers to surgical breaking. Well, that is classis, hyphen CLASIS. And I like classis like I like Rexus, because classis kind of sounds like what it means. If you're breaking something, shattering something, it just kind of sounds like classis. Okay, there is one more word part that does relate to a pathology. Oddly enough, it is not a suffix, it is a combining form. Kind of rare. But the combining form that refers to crooked or bent is what? Do you remember that one? Combining form crooked or bent. That's ankylo, ANKYL/O. And that combining form is used primarily to create the word ankylosis. What would ankylosis mean? Well, that's the abnormal condition of a stiffening of a joint to the point that it basically can't move. Okay, that covers the word parts in chapter 3. Using these word parts, you'll be able to build many other words. Now, there are other terms in the chapter that unfortunately can't be put together from word parts. They're words that you are just going to have to add to your list of words or your stack of flashcards and memorize them. But again, if words have word parts in them, you know what they mean, and the word doesn't have an unusual or unexpected definition, you don't have to worry about those. Once you've got the word parts, you've got the terms. Okay, well, that ends this episode of the Medical Terminology